a queen of the forest.
Backstage at Nigeria Fashion Week in Lagos, expectations are high.
So I'm going to just rock the runway with it, and I hope it passes the message to the people, the message he's trying to pass.
For the first time in its 8 years, Nigeria Fashion Week has gone green, showcasing a collection to draw awareness to the environment.
Welcome to the Going Green collection, Nigeria Fashion Week 2011.
The whole world is going green, and that means the whole world is thinking about sustaining our environment. We thought this is our little contribution, to contributing to that, to making a difference to our environment, a positive difference to our environment. So we came up with the idea of Nigeria Fashion Week Going Green. That means asking designers, participating designers, to use recycled fashion accessories and others, to be able to make collections that will help us project the idea of going green, to help us, bring awareness to people in Nigeria about the importance of a sustainable environment.
The designers have embraced the challenge, with clothes made from plants, paper, and everything in between.
I'm going green with recycled products. This is made of paper, recycled paper.
A lot of people from around the world just want to be able to key into this, and use this as a platform to help us build the awareness to positively impact our environment.
This is the look for the show. Yeah.
The biggest we have for this year is Modela. Modela was Nigerian best designer some time ago, and has done shows around the world, in Paris, in Milan, in New York, generally around the world. And he's one designer that his clothing are very, very exclusive. Everywhere he's been to around the world, he has stolen the show, so we are using him to spearhead it this year.
Nigerian designer Bayo Adegbe is the mastermind behind Modela Couture and one of the country's most popular designers.
This looks like a forest, where you have this as leaves and you have this as the root lines coming out of this. I have those kind of ideas that are unusual, but I love them. I believe in them. This is a sacking material for a lot of fruits and a lot of fruits like onions here in Nigeria, tomatoes, and I just feel like using one of those kind of things to say nothing is wasted.
He's taken his designs to the extreme to get his message heard and seen on the runway, including this dress, inspired by mermaids and made from real fish scales.
I just thought of it one day and then decided to go to the fish shore, where they sell there's a lot of women who sell fish. So when the fishermen finish from the sea, they bring fish to the shore. So I asked them to, whenever they want to sell any of the big fishes, they remove the fish scales, and then I collect them like that for several months, and then add to each day when I collect, I wash them and perfume it so that it smells and look good for what I want to do with it.
The thing to remember is to keep your hands out all the time. Then the dress looks great.
For husband and wife designers Nick and Simone Monu, their inspiration may be different.
This is my daughter's old toy that fell apart.
But the message is still the same.
Okay, what we've got basically here is a Ghana Must Go bag. This is a carrier bag that people use to carry things from place to place. This is an old IKEA bag, and all the black is bin liner. Normal bin liner. Then these are cigarettes. Unfortunately, I smoke for my sins, and so these are Benson & Hedges in the internal bits for the gold. That's an old doorknob. The giddy, which is the headpiece, is made out of bin liner and IKEA bag, and it's all recycled. What we do, we have a natural way of recycling in Africa, but what we don't do is commercial recycling, which is necessary. Taking things and making sure that they're reused or remade into something that can be used again. We haven't quite got into that mentality yet, but it's coming.
With recycling on display at its most creative and elegant form, it's a hard message to ignore, just the way the inaugural green version of the Nigerian Fashion Week intended it to be.